In a quiet night, a chase looms through the capital city. An earthbender from the Earth Kingdom flees with a scroll. Soldiers from the Fire Nation pursued him. The earthbender fought back, using the ground to attack. But he knew escape was impossible. So he threw a scroll to a friend. Turning around, he raised a soil wall, buying time for his fleeing companion. Despite resistance, the firebenders captured and bound him.
All eyes but ours. When you're
But wait,
thieves those
the Fire Lord's motives take an unexpected twist.
attention.
Instead of secrecy, he intentionally leaked the war plan to the Earth Kingdom, before he sets the captured earthbender to a blaze. Why? To divert attention away from their true targets,
Our way.
the air nomads.
But the Avatar is just...
Have to kill them all.
Ages ago,
4 nations have
Avatar Kyoshi tells us,
Earth.
4 nations earth, water, fire, and air coexisted in harmony,
new
thanks to the Avatar.
Master all 4
This unique individual can wield all 4 elements and maintain balance.
into a new body.
When an Avatar passes away,
Incarnation.
their spirit reincarnates.
Fire Nation.
But the latest Avatar hasn't surfaced yet.
It's
Fire Lord Sozin, seeking world domination, aims to eliminate the next Avatar, a young airbender who may not be prepared for the role.
the Avatar.
Meanwhile, at the Southern Air Temple, young Aang showcased incredible airbending skills. A rare prodigy, he cut through the sky like a ray of light. His mentor Gyatso reminds Aang that despite his talent, much learning lies ahead.
have to learn.
As the Comet Festival approaches,
Many are coming.
air nomads arrive on flying bison.
Did you tell him?
Aang, unaware of his destiny,
History
faces a vacant Avatar role.
aren't asked
The elders want him elevated,
Avatar.
but Brother Gyatso believes he's too young.
ability to know
The air nomad leader orders Aang to leave the temple and train in other bending
Begin
arts.
training in the other...
Mentor Gyatso guides Aang to the statue of the previous Avatar, Yang Chen,
Of Yang.
and imparts wisdom in him to accept the role given to him as the only one to bring balance to the 4 nations.
Leave my friends? Leave home?
Young Aang doesn't grasp his task ahead and feels sorrow leaving his people. Failing to have some sleep, he rides his sky bison,
The other kid-
Appa,
Sam-
to clear his mind. Immediately after his departure, a sudden onslaught of Fire Nation troops devastates the temple. Fire Lord Sozin, unaware of the Avatar's identity, orders the air nomads' extermination. No one is spared. This night becomes an endless nightmare for air nomads of all ages, attacked by the merciless Fire Nation benders. Elders fight to protect their people.
right into the corner.
Fireballs flicker, illuminating the Southern Air Temple. Cold-blooded Sozin shows no mercy. Monk Gyatso, guarding his young disciples, confronts Sozin but falls to the flames. Aang remains oblivious to the attack until he and Appa are engulfed by a colossal wave, plunging beneath the tides. Aang's Avatar powers kick in, his tattoos turn blue when this happens, and a sudden violent storm waylays him and Appa. They're both lost in the ocean and end up frozen in a giant block of ice. Our next stop, Wolf Cove, a cozy village inhabited by the Southern Water Tribe.
3-hour shift. One
Here, we encounter spirited siblings Sokka and Katara.
just proves if you're
Sokka,
done right.
thrust into leadership after their father joined the war against the Fire Nation, and Katara, secretly honing her water-bending skills, await their destiny. Sokka and Katara set sail on a boat trip. Their canoe dances along with the currents until they stumble upon a colossal iceberg. Their boat sails back towards the middle of the waters. They can't go back home without the boat. Suddenly, as Katara is practicing her water bending, to pull the boat closer, the icy behemoth cracks open, releasing a powerful beam of energy into the sky, a signal witnessed by none other than Prince Zuko, aboard a Fire Nation ship elsewhere in the region. Zuko, banished by his father, Fire Lord Ozai, until he finds the Avatar, doggedly tracks any hint of the Avatar's whereabouts. In the past, Fire Lord Ozai exiled his son Zuko with a task of finding the Avatar, allowing him to understand what it takes to become the Lord of the Fire Nation. Zuko now searches for an opportunity to capture the Avatar and return to the Fire Nation and become the one to be next in line to the lordship.
Here, immediately, and bring me the Avatar.
Meanwhile, Katara and Sokka spot an ice sphere ahead. In its backlight stands a young boy, Aang, who drifted to Wild Wolf Bay by sea.
He looks dead.
The siblings bring him to their dwelling.
We won't get any answers.
Upon waking, Aang frantically searches for his sky bison, Appa. He flies through the air, drawing a crowd of Water Tribe people. Fortunately, Aang's efforts pay off. An old lady, Gran, informs Aang that the air nomads have vanished for generations.
Water
The Southern Air Temple fell 100 years ago during the last Comet Festival.
could stop them.
Aang's deep sleep lasted a century, while the Fire Nation waged countless wars, leaving him the last air nomad.
100.
Katara, a Water Tribe member and waterbender, hopes Aang will keep her abilities a
Only
secret.
waterbender left in the southern
The Fire Nation hunts benders from other nations.
balance.
She struggles in her water bending training. Aang steps in to guide her, helping her break through. But before Katara can enjoy her progress, Zuko's ship arrives. Zuko warns the Water Tribe villagers, hand over an outsider, or face war.
He doesn't belong here.
Sokka, to protect the village, considers giving up Aang.
Avatar he's hope.
But his sister stops him. Aang is the last air nomad, the destined Avatar. They must protect this hope. Sokka strides onto the icy battlefield,
Firebenders
ready
have
to face Zuko in a friendly duel.
Accept.
But he's not a waterbender. Unfortunately, Zuko's honed skills prove too much for Sokka. Aang appears just in time. Though ordinary, Aang has Water Tribe civilians behind him. He agrees to go with Zuko on the condition that no one is harmed. Sokka and Katara feel the sense of saving hope, so they plan to rescue Aang.
We have to do something.
Sokka hands over the clan responsibilities to the next in line. Katara abandons the water route and rides Appa with Sokka. Meanwhile, Aang uses airbending to escape his cell. He sneaks onto the deck, retrieves his weapons, and prepares to flee. But Zuko spots him. Aang leaps off the ship, gliding away, until Zuko strikes him down. In a critical moment, Sokka intervenes, grabbing Aang's hand. Zuko hurls another fireball, but Katara intercepts it. Now exposed, they can't return to Wild Wolf Bay.
Can't believe you guys came for me.
Aang decides to revisit the Southern Air Temple, where remnants of a century-old war linger. In the main hall, he recognizes Monk Gyatso's skeletal remains.
Would be a huge...
Anger surges within him, and he levitates, creating a whirlwind. Gyatso's teachings restore his sanity.
You are my...
Katara, embracing the young Avatar, lets him cry. Aang regains composure. He must honor the air nomad sacrifices. Katara's bag holds a flying lemur, a creature with airbending abilities.
What's this?
A scroll from their grandmother reveals ancestral waterbending techniques.
This from you.
Their new chapter begins.
Always been.
Aang possesses Zuko's notebook, revealing Avatar Kyoshi's fierce
Looks
legacy.
like a mama, doesn't it?
They head to Kyoshi
Bet you
Island,
taste like chicken.
hoping its temple can help control Aang's powers. At the temple, Sokka rushes in and faces local warriors. To prevent the warriors' attacks, Katara points out that Aang is the Avatar. In proof, the Kyoshi statue reveal a divine message. Warriors escort Aang to meet the leader.
We expect the out.
Aang explains that he wants to borrow books to learn about the Avatar.
Visitors. He's the Avatar.
Initially, the leader hesitates. Relying on mere lights seems insufficient to confirm Aang's identity.
World where people were happy.
But Suki, her daughter, insists they explore all possibilities. Finally, the leader relents.
I just haven't seen the world.
She grants Aang and his companions 48 hours of free time. Meanwhile, Zuko and his uncle Iroh arrive at the Fire Nation Information Hub. Zuko must be discreet, no leaks about the Avatar. Otherwise, others will vie for credit.
And you are?
Zuko avoids direct mention of the Avatar.
We've been at sea a long time.
He requests recent surveillance reports and nautical maps from General Zhao.
We're hoping to track...
Iroh adds a twist. Zuko seeks elusive shark octopuses.
Sure, we can track down what you need.
Missing this chance would be costly. Overnight, General Zhao deciphers Zuko's intentions.
Captured it in the area.
He realizes Zuko has encountered the Avatar. Meanwhile, on Kyoshi Island, Aang revels in joy. His natural enthusiasm and cheer remain unshaken, regardless of circumstances.
He's gonna be
Aang's gift lies in communication and bridge building. But he hasn't forgotten his mission. While Sokka plays with Suki, Aang and Katara delve into ancient texts at the temple.
Stop the Fire Nation.
Despite hours of searching, they find no answers. Aang's past loss of control at the Southern Air Temple wasn't accidental. Unlike other children, he had to learn control. Even slight relaxation led to harm.
Just like how here can help.
Aang couldn't adapt to spiritual manifestation.
If you don't even try.
That's why he sought answers on Kyoshi
Those are
Island.
incarnations of your past.
Katara encourages him.
teach you-
Past avatars' wisdom may hold the key. Meanwhile, Zuko realizes General Zhao's ship is missing.
Set sail at dawn.
He learns Zhao followed flying bison information to Kyoshi Island. On the island, Suki trains warriors, different from wild wolf bay gorillas. Sokka seeks Suki's moves. Aang heeds Katara, searching within himself. Surprisingly, it works. A hallucination ensues as Kyoshi's statue imparts its first lesson, responsibility.
General.
Consequences of failure unfold, destruction, lost bending masters, and fires of war.
Again. And even
Bells ring across Kyoshi Island, an invasion alert. The leader and Suki confront General Zhao, while Zuko's ship approaches from behind. Sokka, Suki, and others fight valiantly, but the Fire Nation benders overwhelms them.
said he could help us.
I'm getting through one.
Katara can't wake Aang, so she faces Zuko alone. Her waterbending falls short. Kyoshi appears to Aang, revealing Avatar abilities. She strikes Zuko away and joins the battle. Water pillars engulf the enemy, merging with fire and earth. The elements explode in a dazzling blaze. General Zhao retreats. This is Avatar power.
Pull back.
Kyoshi vanishes, leaving Aang on the ground. Despite Kyoshi Island's setback, Aang inspires hope.
Avatar.
His belief fuels victory. Suki gives Sokka a fan, and Aang heads to the Northern Water Tribe. Another bending master must not fall.
Need to get to the Northern Water Tribe.
General Zhao spreads news of the Avatar's appearance, reaching Ozai, the new Fire Nation king.
Astounding development. The Avatar.
We strike tonight.
In a dark room, civilians plot an uprising.
Everything.
Their chance lies with Martha, who knows the palace layout.
Brother.
Martha, fueled by family loss, leads a dozen infiltrators to the Grand Hall. Flames erupt, revealing Ozai.
But you must have known this.
But Martha transforms.
Father.
She's Princess Azula, Ozai's daughter.
The one who is
She exposes the traitor before her father's flames. Ozai hands Azula General Zhao's letter. She sees Zuko found the Avatar. Azula pins the letter, hitting the bullseye. If Zuko returns, she'll be closer to the throne.
Involved in a matter.
She instructs Zhao to monitor Zuko closely.
In return, I will. Princess Azula.
On Prince Zuko's crew, the one who's...
Meanwhile, Aang and friends head to Omashu. The city, carved from a living mountain, is an Earth Kingdom stronghold. The Fire Nation can't conquer it, despite trying relentlessly. Omashu isn't welcoming to outsiders. Aang, Katara, and Sokka seek help from a delivery boy called Jet, to sneak into the city.
There was a reason I married her.
That's enough. Move along.
Omashu feels different from the previous cities they have been into. Aang spots someone resembling an air nomad and chases after him.
Look!
It's Teo, a disabled person who can fly using special devices. Suddenly, a building explodes. Smoke blinds them. Aang clears the smoke and fire.
Waterbender.
Katara extinguishes the flames too with water bending.
Thank you.
Sai, the royal mechanist, saves his son and invites them to his tool-filled home. Teo isn't surprised. The Fire Nation spies are everywhere.
Wastes a lot of time.
Omashu hides danger beneath its prosperity.
Hey, we're to play in the war.
While Katara and Sokka want to leave for the Northern Water Tribe, Aang stays to help the injured.
People. Like Teo and his father. That's why I'm staying in Omashu.
Teo reveals the bomb's location in the mountains.
Just there.
Aang's airbending can catch the culprits. Katara focuses on waterbending practice. One day, Katara spots Sai secretly passing a scroll to a cloaked figure. Curious, she's pulled aside by Jet. He reveals the cloaked figure as a Fire Nation spy, making Sai a traitor. Sai's been selling secrets by making machinery for the enemy.
I've got to warn them.
They'll be fine.
This time, he might betray Aang. Jet readies his weapon to chase them.
You can call me Jet.
Katara follows Jet's lead. But the Fire Nation discovers their actions.
Outnumbered.
Two accomplices confront Jet and Katara. Overwhelmed, they're about to lose. Jet blows a whistle, and young fighters rush to their aid. They subdue the spies.
Point shot.
Jet takes Katara to his base, people who've lost families to war. They train relentlessly to defend their homeland.
Here. Just lost someone to the Fire Nation.
Freedom fighters!
On the fire.
Katara confides in Jet.
Came back up.
Her mother's murder haunts her, affecting her waterbending. Jet advises her, in battle, use everything, even memories of her mother.
How she died.
Replace fear with happy feelings. It works, and Katara makes a breakthrough.
We don't have to be afraid of our pain.
Sokka, the resourceful warrior from the Southern Water Tribe, faced a tough choice.
Your father must be.
While he had a natural talent for mechanical design, he had given up his hobbies to protect his tribe. His friend, Sai, advised him to pursue his desire. Meanwhile, Aang and Teo explored a mysterious mountaintop cave. An explosion revealed green flames, proof that the explosives contained rare borax. Only this cave held that precious mineral.
Alive.
Aang praised Teo's cleverness, but Teo humbly credited his father's teachings. Inside the cave, they found a mixture of borax and saltwater that could create explosive jelly. Suddenly, Aang noticed a familiar robe. On another side, Zuko and Iroh infiltrated Omashu.
What happens?
Zuko seethed with anger at the Fire Nation spy planning a sneak attack.
The best the Earth Kingdom has.
Warriors shouldn't hide in shadows, it tarnished their honor. Zuko held firm principles. He reprimanded his subordinates, like Lieutenant Ji, who betrayed him to join General Zhao.
They're making black.
Aang returned to Sokka, revealing a robe used by a delivery boy to cover radishes. Sokka suspected Jet, but Katara suspected Sai. The siblings argued, each taking a different side. To prove her judgment, Katara raced to find Jet.
I'm a little girl.
Then grow up!
To prove you're a jerk.
Along the way, she encountered Zuko. Finally, Katara confronted Jet.
A little hot for us, right?
His people had switched the box Sai was meant to deliver to the king of Omashu. Their sinister plan: to blow up the king. Katara confirms that Jet is the villain. Jet denies. He says that the building they demolished was suspicious, and that place was a spy hub. In a rush, Katara hurried back to Teo's house.
Bomb on him.
She urgently called for her companions to intercept a bomb. But fate had other plans. Zuko, the firebending prince, blocked their path.
I don't need fire to defeat
Aang,
boy.
the Avatar, made a split-second decision. Sokka and Katara would chase the bomb, while he faced Zuko. Iroh, Zuko's wise uncle, warned him not to attract the Earth Kingdom's army. Zuko, determined, abandoned firebending for close combat. His 3 years of exile had honed him into a formidable warrior. But here's the twist, Aang was the Avatar. Could Zuko defeat him, no matter how skilled? Forced to use firebending, they clashed in a bustling marketplace.
Just have to take this one to the end of the line.
Meanwhile, Sokka and Katara hopped on a trolley, heading toward the palace. As Sai, their ally, approached the king of Omashu, Katara spotted an archer in a tree. Swiftly, she manipulated water to extinguish the arrows. On the flip side, Aang doggedly followed Zuko, dousing fires left and right. Iroh, ever vigilant, saw an approaching army. He pushed Zuko aside and revealed his firebending to distract the soldiers. Zuko fled before the palace gates closed. Meanwhile, Captain Aang finished his firefighting duties but ended up captured by the Earth Kingdom. And guess who shared a prison cell with him?
The best of
Iroh.
circumstances.
Their cells faced each other, surprising Aang.
In left hip?
Now he had an unexpected chance to explore Omashu's prison. Why? Because a century ago, Aang's friend Bumi had frequented this very place. Soldiers interrupted Aang's reminiscence, planning to transfer Iroh to a labor camp. Aang, the kid who'd been asleep for a century, faced a stern mentor, Bumi. But Bumi wasn't gentle.
Bumi!
He wanted Aang to understand the harshness of war. So, he led Aang into a trap, surrounded by minerals. Watching Aang struggle, Bumi grinned.
Maybe I'm off rock candy.
He guided him to a mysterious door, a true test for the Avatar. Inside, Aang discovered an unexpected challenge. Bumi tore open his shirt and demanded a fight to the death. Meanwhile, Sokka interrogated Sai, suspecting collaboration with the enemy. Sai confessed, revealing that the Fire Nation soldiers had threatened his son, Teo.
Sir.
For safety's sake, he compromised.
The Fire Nation.
Katara interrupted, announcing she'd found Aang.
Your family to go to
But Omashu's prison was deep in the mountains, surrounded by unyielding rocks.
mountain surrounded by.
The only way in,
You can get us into the.
through the palace.
Secret tunnels. Hidden under.
Teo surprised
Told
everyone.
me you've seen them.
He knew of a secret tunnel hidden beneath the mountain.
So,
Sai agreed to share the tunnel map. Suddenly, a dart pierced the door frame, a message from the Fire Nation. Sokka hatched a plan. Sai would be a spy within the spy network.
Set a trap clear.
They'd contact an Earth Kingdom general for an ambush.
It's time.
Meanwhile, Zuko remained relentless in his pursuit of Iroh. Zuko knocked out an Earth Kingdom soldier, then blended into their ranks. He infiltrated the prison, subtly interrogating a guard. The news? Iroh had been transferred to a labor camp. As the escort team moved through the forest, the stakes grew higher. Iroh, the wise firebender, left a discreet marker, a round disc, behind the convoy.
It's a long ride to the pit.
Zuko followed the tracks and found Iroh's sign. But trouble brewed. The commanding officer, haunted by his brother's death during the siege of Ba Sing Se, intentionally provoked Iroh.
And water from his platoon and give them to the children. By the time we put the fires out, was it worth it?
War pushes us to the edge.
A way of saying you're sorry for what you did. Sir! You have no humanity.
Iroh knew loss too well.
True, he abandoned the.
His own son had perished in war, leaving him in despair.
As a champion,
It was Zuko who brought comfort and revealed the Crown Prince's shining qualities.
someone destined to do great things. This person I knew.
Suddenly, burning logs blocked the convoy. Zuko appeared just in time. Together, they rescued Iroh and fought side by side. They witnessed the commanding officer facing the Fire Nation's flames. But then, Iroh halted. Zuko worried more soldiers might come.
Do it!
He swiftly pulled Iroh away.
You're showing an Earthbender compassion. You should rest.
No time.
Meanwhile, Sokka and Katara followed a map into an underground tunnel. Inside, they stumbled upon a group singing around a campfire.
Harmony.
The tunnel wasn't as scary as they'd thought.
Those.
A bard suggested they learn about the mural story. Legend had it that Omer and Shu, from warring villages, met atop a mountain.
That divided their
Love blossomed despite generations of enmity.
so they couldn't be together.
They even learned earthbending from badger moles,
The badger mole
becoming the Earth Kingdom's first generation.
Elaborate tunnels so that they
Long ago, Omer and Shu, from feuding villages, secretly met in a complex
in
tunnel.
an attack.
Their love blossomed, but tragedy struck when Omer died in an attack.
Villages to their knees.
Grief-stricken, Shu unleashed her earthbending, toppling both villages.
She declared the war.
Yet, instead of revenge, she declared
New
peace.
city where they would live.
Grateful villagers helped Shu build a new city, a haven named Omashu.
Love is brightest in the dark, in which no living being ever returns.
There's nothing to be afraid of in there. Punch.
Inside the tunnel, glowing dots adorned the walls. But it was tricky,
dark.
the passage shifted constantly.
Like I thought. The tunnels are changing.
The siblings hesitated, then heard a wild beast's roar. Panic set in. Suddenly, a badger mole seized Sokka. Katara's water whip freed him, but they faced another dead end. The blind badger mole sensed their bond and stopped attacking. Love, it seemed, transcended darkness. Guided by the spirit animal, Sokka and Katara pressed on.
So they respond to love? Show us the way to the palace.
Meanwhile, Bumi and Aang dueled fiercely. Aang resisted, but Bumi showed no mercy. Friends can surprise us. Bumi, a formidable opponent, launched rocks at Aang. But Aang, refusing to harm him, endured the pressure.
We're the Avatar. Can't rely on anyone. Well, as fun as this. Fall. And you win! It's the last of the food scraps, the orphanage, year after year. Save the whole world. Be the Avatar!
Just then, Sokka and Katara arrived. Sokka knocked down Bumi, saving Aang. Aang challenged Bumi, friends matter. Together, we'll defeat the Fire Nation.
You can rely.
He revealed a small stone, a gift from Bumi a century ago. This gesture touched Bumi's heart. Now, Bumi agreed to work with undercover agent Sai to protect Omashu.
We've called up the reinforcements. Sai?
The Mechanist alerted the general. We do have one.
Maybe more!
Aang's team set off, evading the Fire Nation.
There's a lot more often.
Along the way, they spotted smoke and found the enemy's mark. Behind a tree, a scared girl hid. Sokka, adept with kids, approached. But Katara and Sokka's sudden closeness frightened her away.
Sokka!
They followed her to a lakeside village, where they learned the Empire had burned the forest to create a shortcut. After a devastating fire, the land suffered. Crops wilted, and even the livestock refused to graze.
I'm sick.
The villagers struggled to survive.
We know what it is.
Desperate, they sent a search team for food, but none returned. Among the missing was the girl's brother.
I can get them back.
Aang vowed to bring them back. He suspected they were trapped in the spirit realm, a mysterious place beyond their
Where's the
world.
bridge between the neck?
Normally,
like,
the realms stayed separate, but the Avatar acted as a bridge.
so I could save the water back.
The fire had weakened the barriers, and Aang sensed it. At the Temple of the Forest Spirits, Aang prepared for astral projection. Sokka and Katara guarded his body.
Body will be vulnerable.
Late at night, Aang projected his soul, but shockingly, Sokka and Katara's souls followed.
Worked.
Oh, I brought you guys with me.
How is that possible? Get us back now!
Suddenly, they were sucked into the spirit realm. Meanwhile, Zuko discovered children playing with ice near the forest pass. Impossible in this season. It had to be the Water Tribe, traveling with Aang. Zuko and Iroh pursued them, only to find everyone in a tavern already knew the Avatar had returned. Furious, Zuko realized the news had spread far and wide.
The Avatar.
It was that canyon guy.
It seems they've heard about the Avatar.
I'm gonna lose him. I'm told that means everyone knows. Everyone.
In a desperate moment, a villager sought help, trailed by a bounty hunter named June. Riding under June was Nyla, a spirit beast whose tongue paralyzed any creature it touched.
It's went wild here.
Iroh, skilled at using people, hired June to find Aang.
And that's fine.
Tell me about this Avatar.
The spirit realm, connected to the physical world,
Separate.
suffered too.
He sounds amazing.
Aang wondered where the villagers
A
hid.
frog or a froggy thing?
Suddenly, a giant owl appeared.
That is one big.
Only Aang understood its language. It claimed to be the spirit of knowledge.
What you hear.
The owl directed Aang to the stone house owner beyond the forest,
In this
who
world.
might know their friends' whereabouts.
Lord.
But the owl warned,
The lead-
the longer humans stayed in the spirit realm,
Who lives-
the more danger they faced.
Not to find them.
Aang puzzled over this.
Humans.
As the owl flew away,
Great.
Katara noticed Aang's odd expression.
What did the owl really say?
He confessed the owl said she'd see the truth.
I can deal with the truth.
Sokka, ever pessimistic,
To say so.
quipped, and a mysterious spirit creature emerged.
Friends, would you like some cake?
They hid, recognizing it as the forest spirit. But Aang couldn't bend, and neither could Katara. The creature lunged, but Sokka distracted it. Aang yelled, "Run!" Sokka rose, startled by a three-tailed white fox that spoke.
So much.
The spirit creature hadn't meant harm.
Hey, bud.
It was injured and agitated.
harder than I thought.
Then the fox vanished into the trees.
Fox.
As Sokka stepped forward, the muddy path turned snowy.
Op after a rainstorm.
His father appeared. It was the day they practiced ice dodging. Sokka's near accident near the glacier came back to haunt him.
A little closer on those ice.
Elder Baito had saved him then, but now Sokka overheard his father talking to Baito, sensing disappointment.
Not everyone.
Katara, too, wandered in the mist. She entered an illusion of Wild Wolf Bay. Her mother's voice echoed, momentarily blurring reality. Following her mother, Katara felt safe.
Are you okay? From their
But something was off. Katara tried waterbending,
You will.
only to find she couldn't control it.
You will protect
Outside,
us.
cannons boomed, the night of the Fire Nation's attack. Katara's mother pulled her to escape.
All the waterbenders are gone. Or
This nightmare replayed too often. Desperate, Katara gathered water, but it revealed their water tribe presence. A fire soldier approached, ready to search.
I'm the water.
Katara's mother lied, claiming water tribe allegiance. The truth revealed by the spirit of knowledge weighed heavily on the siblings. At the Southern Air Temple, Aang resisted an illusion, staying conscious. The face stealer, intrigued by Aang's avatar status,
What
attacked.
have we here? Unless, friend, the Avatar. Your previous incarnations, you love
You know all about
me
I don't know what you're talking.
with my food.
Aang fled but stumbled upon it. Nearby stood the stone house the strange bird mentioned. Inside was Gyatso.
Hello?
Was this real or another illusion? Gyatso explained that after the temple attack, most deceased people were reincarnated.
Hey!
He chose to stay.
don't know what I'm doing.
The mist here trapped souls in their darkest memories.
Souls.
The face stealer preyed on despair, perhaps capturing the villagers.
Until he's ready.
Luckily, the face stealer didn't feed off it. Aang had time to save everyone.
I have to do something.
Gyatso revealed the face stealer's name, Ku.
Even got the best of this.
Roku, a past avatar,
The same-
had battled it, but details remained unknown.
There's something I need to tell you. If you'd stayed with us, you couldn't have prevented the war.
To defeat Ku,
When I get-
Aang would seek Roku's guidance at his temple in the Fire Nation. A dangerous journey awaited. Aang's spirit returned to his body, leaving a mark by the forest spirit statue. He entrusted Appa and Momo to protect Sokka and Katara.
Keep them safe.
Aang swiftly arranged everything and set off for the Fire Nation. Meanwhile, Zuko pursued him but discovered Lieutenant Ji had changed course. Zhao appeared, bearing a military order from Fire Lord Ozai. Zhao alone was tasked with capturing the Avatar. Zuko's crew betrayed him, following Lieutenant Ji.
He doesn't know what's at stake!
Iroh intervened, calling Zhao unworthy of loyalty.
due was 3 years.
Lieutenant Ji, fed up with Zuko's insults, revealed the Crown Prince's lack of understanding about loyalty.
Ever know.
Aang reached his destination, only to be captured by Fire Nation soldiers. He used airbending to escape, but a soldier named Shoyu dragged him into the shadows.
Take us to Avatar.
Shoyu, despite being a Fire Nation citizen, longed for peace.
Father Gat.
He'd hold off pursuers, giving Aang time to speak with Roku.
Of Avatar Roku. Fire.
It's Fire Lord Ozai. He will unify
I can't do that.
believers.
In an illusion, Roku appeared as a mischievous old man. Aang sought advice on dealing with Ku,
Like Kyoshi,
but Roku confessed he'd never defeated Ku.
don't understand.
He'd taken a totem, a relic of the Mother of Faces, an ancient spirit who crafted faces.
What did you
The totem represented Ku's longing for family. Aang could use it to exchange for his companions.
Is Ko's mother.
Roku's words
going
echoed,
to try?
friends could become burdens for an avatar. In crucial moments,
agree.
an avatar must prioritize the world's needs over personal ties. Aang returned to his body, pushing open the door. Shoyu, the guardian, was missing. Aang moved through the paralyzed Fire Nation, discovering June and Nyla had arrived. Nyla's tongue struck Aang, causing him to faint. When he woke, Aang found himself tied in a cave.
You don't know what's at stake.
Zuko rushed to his aid,
don't need to-
followed by Iroh. June warned them that hunters sought Aang.
Not to be messed with.
In the carriage, Aang chattered,
Please.
hoping Zuko would rescue his friends first.
Forever.
That's someone's
But the other party remained heartless.
No.
Years ago, Zuko had empathy and compassion. During a meeting, Fire Lord Ozai asked his son's view on the war plan.
To come over.
Zuko's idea was to keep the soldiers out of danger, yet there was no way out.
Forces, how will they retreat?
Fire Lord Ozai and his team's plan was to sacrifice the soldiers.
We should know.
Zuko opposed his father's ruthless plan. Ozai forced Zuko into a duel, to teach him a lesson in respect of all those above him. Fire Lord Ozai gave his son a whipping, leaving a scar on his face.
Forgive me, Father. I meant no disrespect.
Don't do this. He's your son.
Rise and fight, Prince Zuko. Is a sign of weakness.
Now in the meantime, Zhao's Yuan archers surrounded them, the pride of Fire Lord Ozai.
be surprising.
These archers could shoot down firefly wings from 1,000 paces.
This shouldn't be much of a challenge for them. Howai's stronghold for the night.
Zuko, unwilling to cooperate further, reluctantly handed Aang over.
By the Avatars.
Zhao took Aang to a secure base camp at Pihue, planning to head to the capital at dawn.
Can't let everyone down again.
If you die, you'll just be reborn.
What
it won't change your fate.
To celebrate their avatar capture, Zhao hosted a soldier's feast. Unbeknownst to them, a masked infiltrator trailed the liquor carriage into the base.
Did you get everything? My eyebrows only just grew back.
This ghostly figure slipped through sewers to reach Aang's high-security prison cell. The masked person swiftly cut Aang's handcuffs, signaling escape. They scaled the city wall, but Zhao's soldiers intercepted them.
Too faithful. His research.
There! On the wall! Don't let them get me!
Aang fought alongside the masked stranger, overpowering the Fire Nation lackeys. Zhao unleashed a fireball, knocking them down. The masked person took Aang hostage.
I need the Avatar.
If an avatar died, they'd reincarnate. Zhao wanted Aang alive.
Open the gate! The gate!
Zhao's city gate opened wide, but it was a trap. Archers aimed at the masked person, revealed to be Zuko. Aang, using a dusty storm as cover, discovered his identity.
I have a small boat nearby.
They hid together, engaging in small talk.
Your way.
Zuko admitted he'd captured Aang to fulfill his father's expectations. Zuko's harsh words enraged Aang.
Fire Nation, I will be.
Sympathy, according to Zuko's father, was weakness. Aang knocked Zuko out and sent him away. Aang wondered, in a peaceful era, could they be friends?
Tears from the Fire Nation.
Zuko couldn't answer, but Iroh knew his goodness. Lieutenant G and the crew were alive, proof of Zuko's sacrifice. They'd been chosen by Fire Lord Ozai for sacrifice.
This mission, he said,
Zuko had stood against his father, gaining a lifelong scar to save them.
not a good time.
The doctor says you'll recuperate quick. Still needs strength.
The weak can become stronger.
I have made a mistake. Perhaps the demands of the world outside will leave here immediately and bring me the Avatar.
As a light appeared on the sea, signaling Zuko's return, Lieutenant G let go of resentment. The crew pledged loyalty to the prince.
From the world. Want people to know how much they really mean.
Meanwhile, Aang returned to the spirit realm, returning the totem to Ku. Ku released Sokka, Katara, and the villagers.
Some might see that is there than losing someone you love.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant G received troubling news. Fire Lord Ozai ordered Zuko's arrest for treason.
Treason?
Iroh suspected Zhao's hand in this. He urged Zuko to escape, unaware it was part of Zhao's scheme. The ship Zuko boarded was rigged with explosive jelly.
Traitor. He's been through a terrible shock.
What is it, boy?
Welcome to Agnica.
Aang reached the Northern Water Tribe, where Chief Anuk and his daughter Yu awaited.
How long we've been looking.
The tribe knew the Fire Nation approached, but the Avatar's arrival boosted their confidence. Katara focused on healing techniques, disappointing.
To feel pain, women aren't allowed to fight.
Sokka, however, connected with Yu.
I used to hide out here.
Only later did Sokka realize she was the three-tailed white fox.
Was born.
Yu's life was a miracle.
Very sick.
The moon spirit had saved her, granting her the ability to freely enter the spirit world.
To visit the spirit world.
Guided by Yu, Aang paid respects to Avatar Kurek's statue. He hoped to find a solution for the Fire
The
Nation.
Fire Nation prevailed.
Kuruk, lost in the spirit world,
First master
couldn't help.
disciplines.
Aang pleaded for guidance, but Kuruk's powers were beyond reach.
Must.
This time, Aang stood alone.
And think about what's best.
He believed friends would distract him.
These people need the Avatar.
Meanwhile, the Fire Nation fleet approached.
By an ice wall.
Zhao planned a frontal assault, unaware Zuko lived.
Has been outfitted with
Disguised as a soldier, Zuko infiltrated the fleet.
I fear.
Zuko aimed to capture Aang,
wrong to
prove himself to his father.
Reclaim what's rightfully.
Iroh cautioned him against recklessness.
I'm still surprised by Zhao.
Princess Azula gives a hand to Zhao in his missions, in order to make her brother Zuko fail the mission.
Dare.
She refuses to fight in her trial fights, demanding to be set loose to show the Fire Lord Ozai what she's capable of.
Set me loose. I'm through playing games here.
Katara challenged Pacu for the rule that women couldn't fight. Though Pacu wanted to undermine her, she started right away with bending some water to Pacu's head. He turned unctuously impressed by Katara's courage. The water and ice battle takes it on. Pacu brings it on and freezes her with snow. Katara goes down, but she rose up with some new moves, chops ice plates toward Pacu. Pacu receives them unexpectedly, but he turns the tables around. He built an ice wall flying skate while throwing ice spears towards Katara, and closed her within the ice spear. No more movements for Katara. Game over. Her courage impressed all.
Those ice
Though Katara didn't win,
Do that.
her spirit shone.
Say I lost.
Yeah. And do you think we came all the way here just...
Protect you. You can't.
Aang realized he couldn't shield friends from war. The wisdom of past avatars guided him, but he'd write his own legend. Aang and his companions rode after, infiltrating the enemy fleet. They destroyed the control room and set a ship ablaze.
Starboard side! Hey!
Thanks to your plan.
But beyond the clouds,
Go.
countless enemy ships loomed. Meanwhile, Zuko guarded the rear, anxious to climb cliffs and scale city walls.
Way inside.
Iroh advised him to search for gaps along the coastline,
Live your life out
riding warm currents. The Fire Nation's overwhelming fleets forced a defensive strategy.
fruitless front.
Zhao unveiled a secret weapon, a flying ship from an Omashu spy.
Just a prototype.
Victory seemed assured.
Always depend on the number.
Exactly the time.
Katara sought Pacu's help.
Help you can get.
They needed more waterbenders to block fireballs.
What is what you want?
Pacu called upon anyone who could waterbend,
Let us get the-
regardless of gender.
Further damage.
Sokka was instructed to take you in lead, ensuring your safety.
Hi, love.
You, the Northern Water Tribe's future, erected an ice wall. The battle raged under the exceptionally bright moon. Water Tribe energy flowed from the ocean spirit, while power came from the moon spirit. Tonight's moonlight intensified their waterbending.
Edge.
Iroh suggested a temporary halt to the attack.
Nourishment for their people.
But Zhao insisted it was the spirit moon, the thinnest barrier between worlds.
Tampering with the
Spirit beings would enter the mortal realm. Zhao wielded Kuruk's blade, intending to kill the moon spirit.
Only
Kuruk's spirit warned Aang, the blade could harm elemental
And
spirits.
children, I'm
Zhao's plan would unbalance the world. Meanwhile, Sokka fled with you.
Momo?
A fireball struck, but Momo saved a palace servant. Sokka carried Momo to Agnaku Arala, a hidden glacier oasis with healing spring water. Zhao's airship appeared before Sokka. Zuko infiltrated the northern city. Aang handed Zuko to Katara and left.
And you're coming with me. Now!
Katara, mastering waterbending, unleashed new tricks against Zuko. Creating an ice wall and blasted by Zuko.
You learned some new tricks.
Surprised, Zuko wonders she got a master to train him. Katara shattered ice encasing him, but he countered with fire, to breaking free.
You're looking at her.
Meanwhile, Aang arrived at the oasis.
The ocean and moons.
Sokka pulled him into the bushes. Zhao approached a pond where two goldfish, black and white, swam in yin-yang harmony.
He can't see.
Zhao suspected they were the ocean and moon spirits.
You, Iroh?
Despite Iroh's pleas, Zhao captured the white fish. Suddenly, the moon turned blood red.
Don't.
Aang intervened, offering surrender.
There won't.
But Zhao aimed to stab the moon spirit. Iroh stepped in, and the moon spirit's essence spilled. Waterbending ceased, and the Fire Nation breached the city gates. Katara's powers waned, and a fireball hurtled toward her palace. Sacrifices loomed, and destiny hung in the balance. Kyoshi's prophecy unfolded. The Water Tribe faced disaster. Iroh, caught off guard, attacked Zhao but failed to kill him. Aang eyed the black fish in the pond.
Even your life.
An idea sparked. He'd enter the ocean spirit's body to save all. Blue light surged skyward.
Aang, don't do it.
I can save my world.
Aang surrendered to the spirit, channeling its rage through him. He'd lose himself, leaving only the ocean spirit's fury.
There is no Aang anymore.
Iroh found Zuko, unaware they'd encounter Zhao. Zuko unleashed his power, fueled by memories of Zhao's destruction. The search for the Avatar was a ruse, Azula manipulated events. Zhao, a mere general, commanded the Yuyan archers and recognized the masked man. Zuko struck Zhao down, then joined Iroh. Zhao revealed that the Fire Lord used him and never intended to let him return to the Fire Nation. Iroh intervened, throwing Zhao into the water.
Send me the Yuyan.
Crushed, Zuko watched Zhao's burning body float in the ocean. Meanwhile, the ocean spirit attacked Fire Nation ships relentlessly. Its madness knew no bounds. The Fire Nation's warships fell swiftly. Agna Kele, Aang wiped out all Fire Nation members. Katara tried to wake him from the Avatar state, but Princess Yue explained that the ocean spirit had taken over, angered by losing its other half, the moon spirit. You knew how to restore Aang, but it required her sacrifice. She froze Sokka's legs with ice, then gave back the life the moon spirit had granted her. Moon and ocean reconnected. The ocean spirit separated from Aang, and he shot out of the ocean in a water ball. He was back. Waterbenders regained their abilities. The danger has passed, but the Northern Water Tribe faces cleanup. As long as the moon endured, hope remained. Master Pacu asks Katara to stay and train new waterbenders.
Water.
Polite but firm, Katara declines.
Life.
She has a different plan, to teach Aang waterbending.
Waterbending.
Pacu agrees.
You help.
There's no one better to train the Avatar. Pacu entrusted Oasis water to Katara, blessing your future journey.
I failed to be the Avatar.
Aang's mission wasn't done.
There's going to be...
He must master the other elements to prevent future wars. Team Avatar prepares to leave for Omashu, where Aang will learn earthbending. Meanwhile, Iroh and a disheartened Zuko depart.
What do you want to do?
He is tired. He needs to rest.
And needs his rest.
Avatar remains
At Capital City,
and free.
Great Sage reports to Fire Lord Ozai about the Agna Kele battle and the Fire Nation casualties.
Brilliant.
Surprisingly, Ozai isn't bothered.
Substantial.
They couldn't conquer the Northern Water Tribe.
5.
Instead,
Distraction.
he reveals that the attack was a distraction for their true target,
Brilliant.
Omashu. In Omashu, Fire Nation guards drop a handcuffed King Bumi.
Say stands between
But
us.
the guard removing their helmet is Princess Azula.
Ours!
She's captured Bumi and taken Omashu. Ozai's next plan.
Next.
Conquer Ba Sing Se, the final Earth Kingdom city. The Season 1 finale hints at Sozin's Comet's return. This rare cosmic event boosts Firebender's powers. With it approaching, Aang must master all 4 elements to prevent the Fire Nation's victory. Thank you for watching. You've reached at the end of the video. Be able to subscribe, like and share our content. Your support is what keeps us moving. Click on the next video for more interesting movie recaps.